Lord. You give up one shopping trip, you might be able to pay for the whole 3 years. Maybe you said we're going to give up the weekend at the beach. By the time you pay the hotel rooms and the gas and the airfare and the travel, I'm going to give that up. What am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to make a sacrifice. When you sacrifice a little, together we sacrifice a lot. Now, all of this, you notice, is a sacrifice. You notice what we're not sacrificing? Our tithe. Because the only way this works is if the church is still able to make the monthly payment. If we can't make the monthly payment, we have to go into this money to make the payment. But if we can still make the monthly payment, I'm going to start with my dream, not even my goal. I have 72 commitment cards up here. If we could get all 72 of these commitment cards handed out, we would pay off the parsonage about May of 2031. In less than 3 years. Not 2031. That's the church, that's right. Thank you. In May of 2027, we could pay, that's right, she does the money, not me.
Amen.
We could pay off the church in less than 3 years, not the church, the parsonage. If we continue that, and we don't add anybody else to it, and we can take the parsonage payment and roll it on to the church payment, plus the extra that we're coming in less than 9 years from right now, we could have wiped out $500,000 worth of debt. And in the process, saved over almost $400,000 in interest fees. See, right now we're enslaved. And if we don't do anything, we stay enslaved. But when we step out and we say, okay, God, I want to do something. I want to take and sacrifice $7.23 a week, $31.33 a month, $375.96 a year. I want to do, or maybe you say, you know what, Pastor, I can do 2 of those. I can take 3 of those, and I can do 1 that I pay out every week. I can do 1 I pay every month, and I can do 1 I just write a check for $375. However you want to do it, I want to see all 72 of these cards taken. Now my goal is to have 50. Pastor, you mean you want 72, but your goal is less? Well, I'm not stupid. My dream is to have 72. But if we have 50, the parsonage pays off in about 3.5 years, and we're still at inside of 9 years to have the church, the whole debt paid off. I believe we can do this. Here's what I know. If we do nothing, we're going to struggle for the next 17 more years. We're going to struggle, enslaved to death. But if we do something, or maybe you come up and you take one of these and you say, Pastor, I want to give more than that. That's fine. If you want to stay with the 723, if you want to just give a check for $723, that's great. You want to give a check for $7,230, that's great. You want to give a check for $72,000, $720,000, we'll pay everything off and have a little money in the bank. I'm just saying we got to do something. We got to do something. We got to sacrifice. Project 723. I've debated on how I want to do this, but I'm going to do this at the end of service. I'll remind you again, trust me, I'll remind you again. But I'd love for you to come up today. These will be out here all month. In our online giving, we have a giving, actually it's the first one that pops up. 723 Building Fund. I believe, how many believe we can do this? How many believe, I believe that we can do this. And I believe God gave this to me. Because he woke me up in the middle of the night. This is one, y'all need to get scared. When I tell you I've got a 1 o'clock in the morning plan, it's a 1 o'clock in the morning plan. And we're going to have some things in the lobby. We're going to have some, we've already got it, we just got here and put up, we're going to have some thermometers following our goal every month, how much extra we've got going in, what the total is on the parsonage, what the total is on the church debt. We're gonna be able to watch this. And man, when we get to celebrate, one more thing and I'm gonna go on to the rest of the sermon. I know I gotta hurry. Okay. 72 cards takes us, like I say, the whole debt payoff somewhere around May or June of 2031. Do you know what happens January of 2031? No, I'm talking about the whole debt. You know what happens in January of 2031? Our church turns 200 years old.